Good day students, today I want to solve problem under quadratic equation using factorization method. Let's see what's on the board. We have x squared plus 3x plus 2 equals to 0. The coefficient of x squared is 1. Okay, 1 times x squared will still give you x squared. You multiply the coefficient of x squared, which is 1, with the constant, which is 2. Now multiply, you have 2. You now think of two numbers that when you multiply them together, it will give you this 2. And when you add the same two numbers together, it will give you the coefficient of x. Now let's see. From here, you can see that when you say 1 plus 2, it will still give you 3. It means that these two figures can go for what you can use to replace the 3x squared. You now replace 1 and 2. Replace this 3 with 1 and 2. Let's see what I'm trying to say. We have an x squared plus, you will not say 1x, just say x plus x. We are replacing this 3 with 1 and 2, which is plus x plus 2x. You see that x plus 2x will still give us 3x. Okay, plus 2 equals to 0. Now let's factorize. Let's put the bracket so that we can factorize. Now we now have what's common between x squared and x is x. We are left with 1x plus, it goes in x one time, plus what's common 2. When you bring 2 out, you are left with x plus 2 goes into 1, got to 0. Now we have x plus 2, x plus 2 that is x plus 2 into bracket x plus 1 equals to 0. When you are solving factorization like this, when you are solving this type of factorization, you must make sure that what's in the bracket, they are the same. Since x plus 1 and x plus 1, they are the same, you pick one out of them and you bring the one outside, x plus 2 out. Is that okay? Now you now have x plus 2 bracket x plus 1 equals to 0. You have to solve. You now say x plus 2 equals to 0. You separate them. X plus 2 equals to 0, or x plus 1 equals to 0. Now x equals to 0. When plus 2 goes to the other side, becomes, when plus 2 cross the equal sign to the right hand side, becomes minus 0 minus 2, or x equals 0 minus 1. X equals 0 minus 2 is minus 2, or x equals to minus 1. The second question, which is x squared minus 5x plus 4 equals to 0. The coefficient of x squared is 1 multiplied by the constant 4, which is 4. Now think of two numbers that when you multiply them together, it will give you 4, and when you add the same number together, those two numbers together, it will give you minus 5. You could see that if you add this one together, 1 plus 4, it will give us 5, which is not minus 5. Now think, what can you do to get minus 5? That when you multiply that same two numbers together, it will give you plus 4. Now what you need to do is to introduce negative here. You see that when you say minus 1 times minus 4, it gives you plus 4. And when you add those two numbers together, minus 1 plus minus 4, you are having minus 5, which is what you have here. You now replace minus 5 with minus 4, minus 1 and minus 4. Now I have x squared minus x. Please don't say minus 1x. Minus 1x is the same thing as minus x. In mathematics, we don't write minus 1x. Instead of writing minus 1x, you put minus x. Okay, minus x minus 4x. You see, minus x minus 4x will give you minus 5 plus 4 equal to 0. Let's factorize. What's common? X. We are left with 1x. X goes in x one time. Minus, bring 4, which is common out. X is left behind, and 4 goes in 4, 1. But don't forget, minus, we change this negative sign, we change this positive to negative. Negative times positive give you negative. Please take note. And it goes in 4 one time. Okay, equal to 0. Now you can see that what's in the bracket, they are the same. Now have x minus 4, the one outside bracket, you pick one out of these two. X minus 1 equals to 0. When you are solving a problem like this and you don't have what's in the bracket to be the same, then that there's a problem somewhere. Okay, now x minus 4 equal to 0, or x minus 1 equal to 0. Now let's collect the like terms. X equals 0 plus 4. When minus 4 causes equal sign to the right hand side, turn to positive. Or x equals 0 plus 1. X equals to 4. 0 plus 4 is 4. Or x equals to 1. Now let's see the other question, which is 2x squared minus 5h plus 3 equals to 0. You see that in this case we have the coefficient of h squared to be 2. Now write 2 multiplied by the constant 3, which is give you 6. Now what are the two numbers that when you multiply them together it will give you 6, and when you add them together it give you minus 5. Now let's try to introduce negative and negative. Minus 2 times minus 3 will give you plus 6. Now minus 2 plus minus 3 will give you minus 5. These are the two numbers. Now when you multiply them together it will give you 6, and when you add them together it will give you minus 5. Okay, now let's now replace minus 5 with minus 2 and minus 3. Now have 2h squared minus 2h minus 3h plus 3 equals to 0. Let's factorize. What's common? We have 2h. We are left with h. Minus 2h goes in 2h one time. What's common? Minus 3h. Minus times positive give you negative, and positive give you negative. Okay, 3 goes in 3, 1 equals to 0. Now I have 2h, which is this, minus 3 bracket h minus 1 equal to 0. Now 2h minus 3 equal to 0, or h minus 1 equal to 0. Now 2h minus 3, okay, 2h equals to, let's call it the light hand, 0 plus 3. Minus 3 turn to positive when crossing the equal sign, or h equals 0 plus 1. Okay, 2h, now 0 plus 3, that is 3, or h equals to 1. Divide this out by 2. These two cancel 2. H equals 3 over 2, or 1 over 1 over 2. Okay, let's go step by step. Now h equals 1 over 1 over 2, or h equals to 1. The last question, figure 4, we have an x squared minus 10x minus 56 equals to 0. Now we are looking for a number that when you multiply to give you, let's say it will give you minus 56. like we have 1 as the coefficient of x squared multiplied by minus 56. This negative is following this 56, which is minus 56. That you would look for a number that when you multiply together, it will give you minus 56, and when you add those two numbers together, it will give you minus 10. Now let's start. 56, 2 goes in 5, 2 in the 1, 2 goes in 16, that's 8, 2 goes in 2, 1, 2 goes in 8, 4. Now you can see this one is 4. Let's try 4 multiplied by 14. Since you have a negative sign here, the negative sign, the value that is higher will carry the negative. Okay, now give you minus 56, and when you add it together, minus 14 plus 4 will give you minus 10. So the two numbers that goes for this, you now replace it back. You're having x squared minus 14x plus 4x minus 56 equals to 0. Let's factorize. What's common? X into x. When you bring x out, you mean 1x minus 14. Is that okay? X is common, plus 4 into x. 4 is common. 4 can go in 4, 4 can go in 56. Is that okay? Now positive and negative give you negative, and please always take note of this sign. Addition is negative, as I say, negative will change this negative to positive in the bracket, but it will still remain as negative outside, but inside the bracket you change it to positive. But since you're having positive and negative give you negative. 4 goes in 56, 14 equal to 0. X plus 4, have x minus 14 equal to 0. X plus 4 equal to 0, or we are trying to separate the two brackets, or x minus 14 equal to 0. Let's collect the like terms. X equals 0 minus 4. When crossing the equal sign, the plus 4 will change to negative 4, or x equals to 0 plus 14. Now I have x equals 0 minus 4 is minus 4, or x equals to 14. This is the end of our class. Please subscribe to my channel so that you can have access to the latest video. Have a wonderful day.